Yes, there is a very beautiful question that comes out of what Maharishi has been saying this week about language. Maharishi has, through many press conferences, spoken of A as one letter constitution of the universe, but A is found also in almost all the languages, if not all the languages of the world. In fact, it is often said to be the sound that is first spoken by a child after the child is born. Would Maharishi comment on the significance of this sound A present in all the different languages of the world? And for example, in the island of world peace in Canada, there the Mickma people are there, and they seem to have not only the sound A, but also the sound of and ka. They have these basic sounds also of the point of infinity as well. Could Maharishi comment on the significance of this sound which embodies the constitution of the universe, present in all the 7,000 languages of the world?
A is the total expression of sound. A is the first syllable of the Veda. Veda means knowledge. The flow of knowledge in language. The flow of knowledge in language starts with A, indicating A is the source of all knowledge, and how all knowledge from within A flows is the sequential evolvement of different syllables and different words, different phrases from within the syllable A. So when the Canadian local people were holding the Parliament of World Peace last week on that day, I asked them, do you have in your local language a sound like A? He said, yes, we have. Then I asked him, do you have a sound like Ma in your language? He said, oh yes, we have Ma in our language. I asked him, do you have a sound like E in your language? He said, oh yes, we have the sound like E. I was just wanting to see whether the Vedic sounds are still within those cultural languages which have been obscured or mixed up by some other languages. The mixture of languages has polluted the purity of the Vedic language. That means the purity of the sequential development of sound from A to E to U to L, A, I, O. This is the sequential development of the sound in the Vedic flow of language. And when, same question I asked to the people in Germany, they said, yes, we have it. And in Germany, there are these stations who pronounce or proclaim or who broadcast the messages in the local language. German language is a composite of many, 25 ancient languages. But still in Germany, the local tongue is so popular that the German government allows the the broadcast in the mother tongue. And mother tongue means a composition of language as the language of Veda, Vedic language. In the German universities, they teach, they call it this Vedic knowledge, they teach in the name of Indology, whatever they are teaching, but the sound is still there. Now, for thousands of years, these mother tongues maintain their status even when they are mixed up with many others. Like the German language, it's one language, conglomeration of 25 languages. But 25 languages are spoken in 25 areas of Germany anyway. The conclusion from here is that the mother tongue indicates the functioning of that particular set of natural law in that region. It's the natural law that flows in the mother tongue. It's the natural law that flows in the mother tongue. The conclusion from here is that small areas, 20 kilometers long and wide, or 40 kilometers or 5 kilometers, small areas, these ancient kingdoms in the world, they still are governed by natural law much more than those which have been mixed up races by invaders. The purity of the languages have been mixed up, and so many languages become one language, and so many become one language. So many languages become one language. This is dilution of the parental role of the mother of all languages, which is known in the world to be Vedic language. And I am told UNESCO has commented upon the Vedic chanting as the common basis of all mankind. It's one source of common basis of all mankind. This is Mexico. And further the comment on that is that in these days of unification, this is what they say, in these days, in this upsurge of unification, the importance of the mother tongue of all languages, mother of all languages, is very, very important. This is the voice of our movement. It comes from UNESCO a few years ago, but then nevertheless, this is the basic principle on which we are inheriting the advantages of administration of the cosmic constitution to bring more success to our man-made constitutions in our family of nations. Man-made constitution in the family of nations is full of human weaknesses and full of human failings. That is the reason why there is chaos in the administration of every government, because it's basically using man-made constitutions. And it is completely ignoring the God-made constitution the constitution of total natural law. The Vedic constitution has been ignored, and that is why the man-made constitution is devoid of real vitality and creativity that belongs to the constitution of the universe, that belongs to the government of the universe. So what we are doing? We are not doing anything except taking recourse to constitution of the universe. That means to the Veda. That means to A. That means to all the syllables that are within A. And these are all the syllables of the mother tongue. Restoration of mother tongue is restoration of the purity of natural law. And restoration of purity of natural law means restoration of the growing power of nature. Natural law knows nothing other than step by step, sequential evolution. So when that path is muddled by mixed up, when it is mixed up, one makes a muddle of it, then evolution is hampered. When evolution is hampered, then evolution being the nature of life, being the flow of the nature of life, the life begins to be in trouble. It cries, pain and suffering and problems and failures, all negativity. So we are functioning from the root of the problem. From the root of the problem. Example will be that if the leaves and the branches and the fruits and the flowers all are in disease in this, disease in this, solution is water the root, supply the nourishment from the basis. This was the guiding light for our getting into transcendental meditation, taking our mind to transcend the relativity, to the source of thought, where total natural law is fully lively. And from this, now, we have only to create a few groups, small groups, maybe a group of 500 people in a country, maybe a group of 2,000 people in a country, morning and evening, 2,000 people in a country, and that is enough to purify the whole collective consciousness of the nation. We are taking now nation by nation, nation after nation, nation after nation. And the effect has started to be one day in 7,000 places. May not be 7,000 places, but in the name of the 7,000 places. But the way Dr. Morris has described, it was so pleasant to see a wave of instant communication all over the world. Instant communication all over the world. One day we said we put up the flag, and the flags were put up all around. This is the instant communication of the movement, and this establishes that our goal is very near. The glimpses have come to be on a realizable level. It's beautiful, huh? Dr. Morris, you have described the phenomenon of the rising success of the movement. All over the world, flag here, flag here, flag here, flag here. The earth is connected with the skies, with the flags. It's beautiful. Unity rising to demonstrate the diversity coming into unity on the ground and in the air and in the sky through these flags. It's a beautiful phenomenon that have happened. And now all the phenomena are going to happen in this way. Such a beautiful vision we got from one day's event in the movement. So something has started to be evidenced. It's good to see that happening. Vedic administration of Ram Raj, Ram Brahma Paramarat Rupa. Ram is totality. Brahm, seventh state of consciousness, Brahmi consciousness, unity consciousness. It's beautiful upsurge of human awareness expressing itself on the visible, practical level of realization.